Welcome back. This next exercise is going to take the flexibility in the CT junction and it's going to push it even farther. We're going to start to move the neck in two different directions. We're going to rotate the neck, turn the neck, and we're going to tilt the neck, bend the neck. So we're going to do these and we're going to do them repeatedly. So let's take a look at the exercise. With this next exercise, we're going to be doing rotation or turns, and we're going to be doing bends, side bends. Now it's really important that just like the neck rolls, we go in gradually. When the neck isn't warmed up, we never want to turn it or force it into its maximal position. And again, those positions will vary person to person depending on how long the neck hump's been there and whether or not the discs or the bones around the CT junction have any wear or tear. That's going to dramatically reduce your total range of motion. So when I start, I simply gently turn right to left. As always, you want to put yourself in nice upright posture, pushing that ceiling up, shoulders are open, the body's loose and relaxed. Now let's just gently start. Just turning right and left several times in a row. Now don't worry, you may hear creaks and grinds and grumbling in there. A lot of that is just ligaments rubbing over bones. So ligaments attach bone to bone. And when we do have wear and tear, those ligaments become slack. And that's that kind of grinding sound that you hear. So it's nothing to concern yourself about, but it is quite common as we get older, and particularly if you have any wear and tear. So once again, start small. 5, 6, 7, 8 times in a row. And then we're going to go right into the side bends. You'll have less movement here. You're certainly never going to go down as far as the arms unless you're a little bit hypermobile. Certain ballerinas, skaters, dancers, young children, they have a lot more mobility. I'm not pushing it very far. I'm just warming up the neck. Check in with your posture. And back and forth. Turn several times and bend several times. Now, once you feel you've warmed up the neck quite well, you've done 10 or 20 reps, we're going to add in a little bit. We're not going to force the neck around. We're actually going to gently push and pull so that we get a few extra degrees in there. So we've done these before in other courses, but never quite like this, where we're combining movements and we're focusing on the CT junction. Remember, that's the area you want to be thinking about and concentrating on. So let's do some turn and push. Gently. These aren't stretches. That's why I'm not holding. I'm releasing. It's a mobilization. Turn, push a few more degrees. Now when we're continuing into the bending portion, we're going to add in a pull. So when we did the turns, we did a turn and push. Now we're going to do a bend and pull. You want to make sure you don't collapse the shoulders, they stay open, and that you're only pulling an extra 10 degrees or so. The lateral bends or the side bends don't have a lot of movement anyway in the neck. And if we're working with a structural problem, as most of you will be doing with a fatty neck hump, you may find this particular movement even more restricted. So go easy, don't over pull, you'll give yourself a very sore neck. It's just a gentle bend and an extra 10 degrees. And when you're doing that, I like to keep the arm open, rotating the hand outward and reaching down with the opposite arm. So opening up the hand and reaching towards the floor. So I'm pulling, opening the hand and reaching down. That gives you a nice pull in the neck muscles. The turn and bends is a great little exercise. I recommend doing 10 or 20 reps. You're going to be doing that before you add in the push and the pulls. Now, do this throughout the day if you can. That's the idea with these. The more often you do it, the more supple and flexible those joints become. Think about the turn and bend exercise, a little bit like oiling an engine or oiling a chain on a bicycle. As you add the oil, it's gradually getting smoother and smoother. You keep running it, you keep running it. The more you run it on this same circuit, the freer the chain becomes. Think about that analogy when you're oiling your own neck. And do about 10 or 20 with the added pulls and pushes. I hope you like that exercise. Now let's move on to the third exercise in the rehab series.